The Los Angeles Rams may be experiencing the end of an era and the beginning of another. On one side, the franchise is already starting to prepare for the successor of one of the most important quarterbacks in its history. On the other, it could see a Super Bowl champion swap blue and gold for blue and white, in the same stadium, in the same city, but in another locker room. If you want to understand why the future of the Rams is at stake both on and off the field, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and stay until the end. Today's video will stir up memories and the planning of the fans. The name is Matthew Stafford, champion of Super Bowl LVI, leader of one of the most prolific offenses in recent Rams history, and the owner of a trajectory that made Los Angeles a mainstay in the NFL. But at 37 years old and with an increasing history of injuries, the franchise is already starting to build the next chapter. According to Matt Miller from ESPN, this chapter has a name and surname, Drew Aller. The young quarterback from Penn State was projected as a first-round pick in the 2026 mock draft, with the Rams using the 27th pick, which originally belonged to the Atlanta Falcons, to select their long-term successor for Stafford. The move makes sense. Aller is strong, has pocket presence, a powerful arm, and above-average mobility. In 2024, he threw for 3,327 yards, 24 touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions. But as Miller highlights, Aller is still a developing starter. His accuracy and decision-making fluctuate, and he still needs technical polishing, especially in mechanics and post-snap reading. What he has, however, cannot be taught: elite arm strength, ideal height, and the confidence to take risks. The projected scenario is ideal for a smooth transition. Stafford plays one more season, if health allows, and Aller develops behind him without immediate pressure. If necessary, Jimmy Garoppolo could be the bridge between the eras, a safety plan that allows time for the new prospect. And why would the Rams be willing to wait for Aller, even with other names ready to play in the draft? Because he offers something that Sean McVay has never had: a quarterback with the physical and athletic tools to make the offense even more dynamic. Aller has real mobility. He ran for 302 yards and 6 touchdowns in 2024 and can extend plays creatively. He is a new type of QB for a system that has already proven itself with more traditional names. Kyle Krabs from the 33rd team described Aller as a fusion of the best of both worlds: the pocket presence of a classic pocket passer with the athletic ability of a modern dual threat. The most revealing phrase: he has all the elements that can't be taught. What he lacks can be built over time, and McVay has a history of success developing quarterbacks when there is structure and patience. Before Aller, however, the Rams' highest pick in 2026, the 9th pick, would be used, according to the same mock, to reinforce the protection for whoever is under center. Caden Proctor, the 6 inches and 360-pound giant from Alabama, appears as a target to replace Rob Havenstein, a Super Bowl champion and a cornerstone of the offensive line. Proctor has all the makings of a physical monster in the NFL: absurd strength, mobility for his size, and an aggressive mindset. But like any raw prospect, he alternates between brilliant moments and lapses in concentration. The key word for him is consistency. Still, the bet is clear. Protecting the quarterback of the future starts now. With Proctor on the right side of the line and Aller on the bench learning, the Rams would be forming the offensive backbone for the next decade, and this strategy fits perfectly with the reality of the modern NFL. A good team starts in the trenches and at the most important position in the game. But while the future begins to take shape, the past could come knocking, or worse, change addresses in the Rams' own backyard. Jalen Ramsey, one of the most iconic names from the Super Bowl LVI victory, may be about to do something no Rams fan wants to see: don the uniform of the Los Angeles Chargers. Currently still on the Miami Dolphins roster, Ramsey is clearly on the market. The Florida franchise and the players seem to be heading toward a divorce, and according to Adam Schefter from ESPN, the cornerback has made it clear where he would like to continue his career: Los Angeles. The competition: Rams or Chargers. Ramsey is conducting private workouts in LA, maintaining residency in the city, and making his preference clear. But while the Rams consider a possible repatriation, the blue and white team from the other locker room at SoFi Stadium is emerging with cap space and a more aggressive plan. Journalist Cody Benjamin from CBS Sports explained why the Chargers could be the preferred destination. They have over $25 million in salary cap space, urgently need to bolster their secondary, and have a defensive coach, Jesse Minter, who has already shown interest in solidifying the backfield with elite experience. experience. Ramsey, even at 30 years old, is still one of the best in the position. His versatility allows him to play as an outside corner, slot, or even hybrid safety. Alongside Derwin James, he would form one of the most dangerous duos in the league, something that would instantly elevate the Chargers' level. But why do the Rams, who know his value so well, still hesitate? The answer seems to lie in the cost-benefit analysis. Ramsey's contract is hefty, and his departure from Los Angeles was partly motivated by this financial burden. Bringing him back now would be a bold and perhaps risky move at a time when the franchise is balancing youth with remnants of the title. On the other hand, letting him go to the Chargers would be more than painful. It would mean handing a playoff piece to the city rival, a rival that shares the stadium, market, and casual fan base. The emotional and competitive impact would be devastating. Furthermore, there is a political factor. Dolphins GM Chris Greer is on the hot seat for previous decisions, including the choice of Tua Tagovailoa over Justin Herbert. Sending Ramsey to Herbert's team would be another point of fierce criticism. Internally, this may be delaying the negotiation. But time is running out, and if the Rams don't act quickly, they could watch one of their champions raise another trophy, one with cooler tones, but in the same arena. The Los Angeles Rams are at a delicate and strategic moment. While they begin to prepare their quarterback of the future with intelligence and structure, they risk watching a symbol of their glorious past cross the locker room and bolster a direct rival. Drew Aller could indeed be the next big name under McVay's command, but the potential move of Jalen Ramsey to the Chargers would be an emotional and sporting blow that would be hard to absorb. Question for the fans: would you trade financial comfort for a new chance with Jalen Ramsey? And more. Is Drew Aller the right name to replace Matthew Stafford in 2026? If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, share your opinion below, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any details of this rebuild that could take the Rams back to the top or open up space for rivals to take over the city. See you next time.